Hi guys, welcome to another Oakleypaws video. Today I'm here with my alt account Tooth19, and I'm going to be showing you how to make a hack client in Minecraft. Spoiler alert though, it doesn't actually work on servers, but you can make this in your world to troll your friends. A troll you can do is challenge your friends to 1v1 like I did. It was pretty fun. Okay, let me show you how these work before I go into the commands. First off, as you can see, nothing happens when I run into a player, but when I throw down this gold sword, I'm always facing the nearest player. Except when they're out of my range, then I'm not facing them, so it doesn't look suspicious. Okay, let me teleport my alt account back here. Okay, and as you can see, I'm always facing them, and then I throw down the wood sword, and it goes back to normal. Okay, next is my auto bridger, and all you have to do is throw down oak planks, and then you'll automatically be able to bridge without even having to do anything. And to turn it back off, you just have to throw the scaffolding on the ground. And as you can see, I'm not actually bridging anymore. Now, I would recommend, when doing this, to actually hold blocks in your hand, so it looks like you're actually kind of bridging. As you can see, it takes a while to break stuff, but then, as I throw down a gold pickaxe, you can see I can instantly break stuff. I actually had a second pickaxe in my inventory, so it's kind of messing it up. And as I said, you instantly break any block with your hand, except for blocks you can't actually break like bedrock. And to turn this back off, you just throw the wood pickaxe back on the ground. And the fourth one is when you throw down beetroot soup, it gives you about a ton of hearts where it's impossible for anyone to actually even kill you, I think. Unless you're taking fall damage, then you'll die. Under our test though, I do not recommend taking fall damage with this on. It might actually break your game because it won't let you click respawn. Because, I don't know, it just does something weird like that. But as you can see, Tooth19 hits me, and I'm not really taking any damage. And as you can see, when I throw down the bowl, it actually turns it right back off. This is my bow aimbot command. You'll see it doesn't work, but it was because the radius was set to about 4, and it needed to be set to a radius of 7 to actually work, so I'm sorry about that. As you can see, when it had a radius of 4, this is what it looked like when it was on. Every once in a while, it actually hit him. As you can see, it was working, but other times it just wouldn't actually hit him, so I just had to change the radius to 7. This is what it looked like after I actually got it fixed. And also, don't worry about the command block tutorial. I have it already fixed in the commands. This shot doesn't hurt him because it clipped a block, which means it didn't have any power behind it. But as you can see, he's inside a little box and I'm still hitting him. Well, also this skeleton was hitting him too, which is kind of annoying. Okay, this is the commands I'm running. I know it might look huge, but see it's in 5 sections because there's lines in between them, and one of those is for each of the 5 things I have set up. So they're mostly the same. The only difference is these ones back here for each one of the commands, but I'll just try to show you the brief of the huge part because there's only a little bit of difference between each one. This command is a repeat, unconditional, always active, and the command is clear, space add a, in parentheses, tag equal, hacks, out of parentheses, space planks, space 6, space 0. Now you're going to need the tag hacks to do this. I have another video on how to actually add tags and remove tags. Just remember to add the tag hacks or just change it to whatever tag you have. Now the reason I'm using this command instead of like testing for a block on the ground, if I did the one where it's testing for a block on the ground, if any person dropped that block, it would automatically like turn on and off your hack client. But this one, it actually only tests for you, so then if you drop that exact same block, it only turns on. Now you're going to want to set up that command block running into a comparator, running into a block with the redstone torch on the other end, into a repeater just to keep the signal, and then the command blocks. The command that the redstone signal is running into is an impulse unconditional needs redstone kill space all entities in brackets type equal item comma name equal in parentheses oak space wood space planks outer parentheses outer bracket. And then you're going to want to set the command on top to a chain unconditional always active, and it is set block space tilde tilde -1 tilde 2 space redstone underscore block. Now what that's doing is if you have your X, Y, and Z correct, it's going to put a redstone block right here. Okay, and the third command on top of this column is give space @a in brackets tag equal hacks out of brackets space scaffolding, and it's a chain unconditional always active. On the other side, I have something very similar. I have a repeat unconditional always active. It's a clear space @a in brackets tag equal hacks out of brackets scaffolding space 0 space 0, which is running into another comparator, which is running into a block, which is running into a redstone torch, into a repeater, into the next column of command blocks. Now, as I've explained, what these commands are technically doing, instead of testing for the block on the ground, it's testing for the block on me. So as I throw that down, since it's not in my inventory anymore, it knows it, and it gives me a scaffolding, and now it knows scaffolding's not in my inventory anymore because I threw it down. Okay, as you can see on this side, it's pretty similar. It's an impulse unconditional needs redstone, kill space @e in brackets type equal item comma name equal scaffolding out of brackets. Now that command is running into a chain, unconditional always active, and the command is set block space tilde tilde -1 tilde 14 space air. Which it's basically doing is putting air here where that redstone block was to turn off the commands that we're running. Alright, the third command is a chain, unconditional always active. It's give @a in brackets tag equal hacks, outer brackets space planks space 1 space 6. Now this is for the build command, and you'll see the other ones are pretty similar, but for the build command, as you can see for the build command, I have a repeat unconditional needs redstone, and the command is execute space @a in brackets tag equal hacks outer brackets space tilde 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 space set block space tilde tilde -1 tilde space planks space 1. Also, I did realize you don't actually need the second command block. You only need that one right there at the end. As I was saying, there's not many differences in these columns. As you can see for this one, it was planks, but then for the sword one, you're just going to do a golden sword. And when you look over here, it was oak planks in there, and that's because that's what it has the name for the item. This is just a gold sword. But as you can see, this is the exact same command. As long as you got your XYZ correct, it's going to place a redstone block there. And then for this one, it just says, give them a wooden sword, like instead of the other one giving scaffolding. As you can see, it's clearing a wooden sword instead of scaffolding. Also, make sure you have the zeros because then it won't actually remove it from your inventory. And then over here, I just have wooden sword's name and scaffolding name. And then these are the exact same. As you can tell, they're going to the exact same spot as long as you get your X, Y, Z correct. And then the last thing is, these top ones, as you can see, they're just different because it's giving you a golden sword now instead of it giving you oak planks. And all the other ones are really similar as long as you have the name and you know how the name works and how to do /give command and just change it for whatever items you're using. You can tell that I already have in here, I'm just showing you real quick, just for the third one, if you guys don't know how to do a pickaxe, that's what a pickaxe looks like for these. As you can see, those other commands were really similar. The only difference thing are these end parts. And I'm not even going to bother saying this, but this command right here, you put it right here if you want for multiplayer, if you're actually doing it for players. The other command I'm going to show you, you're just going to put it in the spot that this command's at right now, but you're just going to type in that other command. Sorry if I'm skimming over these. I'm just trying to keep the video a little shorter. I don't want it to run on too long. But this is the command right here if you're just going to do it for mobs. So as I was saying, you're just going to put the mob ones right there where that command block is if you want it to work for mobs. Right now I have it set to players. That's why it was only working with players, and that's why it's closest. Here's the command for the haste. Now this one's a little bit more complicated, but here's the bow aimbot hack. So you're going to want to put a command block up here, or just anyone that was really touching that redstone block that's going to be placed. And it's going to be this command right here, What this is doing is just tagging the arrow so that no one else who shoots it will have the aimbot, just you. So when I throw that down, it's tagging the arrow when it's within a range of my character, so that if somebody else was to shoot it, it's not going to give aimbot to themselves. The other thing this is going to be running to is a test for command. It's just testing for that arrow right there. You're going to want to make sure that this is touching the redstone block too. It's running into a comparator, and then this is the command that it's doing. You're going to want to run. If you're doing players, this is the command you want to run. If you're actually going to do mobs, you're just going to replace the command block right there with the one over here. And this is for when you want to do it with just mobs, and it won't affect players. And the last one, if you want all those hearts, this is the command that I have running for when the command block is there. And it's just the effect of health boost, and you can see right here. I know this is one of my longer command block tutorials, but I still hope you guys enjoy the video. And until next time, peace. I hope you guys enjoy the video. On the left is a video that YouTube recommends for you. On the right is the maze generator I made out of command blocks.